I've known that I was gay from a really young age. It was probably about 5 years old.
I've sort of had moments where I feel as though I could say it and I've actually turned around to say it, and then it's like as if a wall comes up and I don't know what it is that's stopping me.
I know absolutely that I am bisexual.
When you do come out, you have to commit to it. It's like a forever thing.
I've got friends who are scarred by their parents' initial reaction.
It's going to be really hard, but from that point on, your entire life is going to change for one way or another.
I didn't think I was going to cry because, like, I'm comfortable with who I am.
I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to do it, and just today's not the day.
My legs are shaking, I don't know what I'm doing.
What's going on? Yeah, let me just check. Yeah.
Oh, you hit me with that.
It's a life choice, that's all it is.
I know what you're trying to say, but the word choice is a bit weird.
We cannot make the assumption that it's easy to be bisexual and gay in Britain in the 21st century.
Do you not think being from around here, it's all right when you're younger because it's a nice place to grow up around, but then when you get to our age, it's like all you want to do is move away.
Yeah, like you want to go to concerts and stuff,
yeah.
But it takes ages to get there and everything. So.
All we used to do was just like sit on the walls and walk about.
Yeah, that's the only thing to do.
I'll go to Tesco.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I've known since I was 5 that I was different, but I didn't know what being gay meant. I just knew I fancied boys and not girls. Now I'm a teenager. I know of a couple of other gay people in my hometown, but I felt I had to keep my sexuality hidden.
Have you seen any of the coming out videos on YouTube, celebrating sexuality and telling the world? There's loads of it online.
And I've got friends who are scarred by their parents' initial reaction, which was usually just a gut reaction.
75% of LGBT people say they can't be open about who they are.
We cannot make the assumption that it's easy to be gay in Britain in the 21st century.
To get here, it seems to be like there's one road in and one road out. That's why it makes it feel so isolated. Men do men jobs, and like women are the ones who like maybe stay at home and stuff. They just think it's a man should get married to a woman. I don't fit the type of like a man. Obviously, like being gay for one. People at school have always had an idea, so they've maybe been scared almost of being my friend if they're a boy. So it did feel a bit isolating when I was going to school. My dad and brother are both very sporty, and my dad coaches football, and my brother works in a barbed wire factory. I was into theatre and music, so that also made me feel a bit isolated. I really want to move to a city, so I've applied to Salford University, and the plan is I'll come out to my parents just before I leave. I don't have a plan B, but I know I won't be able to come out if I stay around here.
Are they black enough? This is the question. Are they dark enough? Do they reflect the inner workings of my soul? Since I was like so much shorter than everyone else and I wasn't really tall or like muscular or anything, I was quite long. I got myself into kind of like a headspace where I just thought I wasn't really very masculine and I felt quite weak and quite like kind of vulnerable and stuff. I'd feel like people were looking at me a lot, even if they weren't. So yeah, I had those lots of like weird, insecure thoughts like that for a while. Lol, that would drown me. I do like it, just wish I did smaller sizes for me. When I was about 15, 16, that's when I first started to kind of question my sexuality. Because a lot of like people at school, they'd talk about like sex and people they liked and stuff. And I wasn't really comfortable doing that at all, which made me think, why am I not comfortable talking about this kind of stuff with people? But I used to play this game where if I was in assembly and stuff, and people walking in, I used to think, like, do I fancy them? Do I like them? What about them do I like and stuff? And I do it for like both like guys and girls as well. But that's when I started to realise, like, oh yeah, I definitely like both then. But at that time, I wasn't really ready to like confront that or admit that. I think you have to be in a quite stable, uncomfortable place with yourself first and about wanting to like come out. So for a long time, I kind of didn't really accept it about myself. But then I realised nothing's going to change if you don't make an effort to change it.
I've come to the realisation now that I know absolutely that I am bisexual. It's not something for me to question anymore because only I know me.
In a few days, it's my A-level results day, and like a lot of other people, I'm scared and apprehensive about what grades I'm going to get. If I do get the right results, I'll be going to university and I'll come out. I want to feel myself coming out because those videos that I've watched have helped me come to accept it. I'm not really sure what the reason is why I'm scared. It might just be things that I've heard my parents say. They'd probably prefer to have a straight son just because life would be easier for them. I've sort of had moments where I feel as though I could say it and I've actually turned around to say it, and then it's like as if a wall comes up and I don't know what it is that's stopping me. I don't really like lying about being gay. That's why I'm wanting to come out now, to stop the lies. But first, I've got to get into uni. I thought I'd pressed record before, but I haven't. I was just lying in bed, and I got a text off Salford Uni saying, "Congratulations, we've confirmed your place." I was expecting to have to wait till 8 o'clock and then see that it said I've been unsuccessful. My legs are shaking, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I was a bit in shock this morning, that the fact that I've got into university. Oh, I'm still thinking that they're going to contact me and say that it was a mistake. I don't get how I've got in. And it's just a relief knowing now that I can come out and that it's actually going to happen. And I'll be moving somewhere where everyone's going to be different and accepting. And I can finally move away from this town. Oh my God. I don't believe it. It's actually the best day ever.
I'm a student in my first year, studying psychology. I've put a few pictures up, you can have a look if you want. Oh, it's so cringy. I've joined Tinder, and I've made it clear on my profile that I'm bi. You can set your preference to like men and women, or just men, or just women, or whatever. I only really want to date someone or be with somebody who is absolutely fine with who I'm attracted to. I don't want to like mislead anyone, and I didn't want to get matched with somebody who would be like, oh, you're bi. No. So I didn't want to get matched with somebody who wasn't accepting of it.
Oh, there's a woman in here.
Oh my God.
Look at this. Just look. Just like that's been there a week. That's not edible anymore.
You'd get people saying things like, have you ever met a bisexual? I mean, is anyone actually 50-50?
Pick a side, get off the fence, you're greedy, blah, 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 blah. There's all these assumptions about people who are attracted to more than one gender. We have to teach people, not just you can be straight or you can be gay, but there's so many different ways that you can be.
His logic is just baffling. He doesn't know how I feel, and he doesn't know what I experience, so how can he say that all bisexuals just need to pick a side because they're really just secretly gay? It makes no sense. Online, you can start to see a lot of hatred. I saw more and more and more of it, and I was in this like kind of emotionally vulnerable place. If you come out of nowhere and all of a sudden you are saying, oh, I'm bisexual, take it or leave it, then you deserve a slap in the face. Oh, no such thing as bi, they're just horny. No. They're calling it an epidemic that we're coming out as bisexual, so you're making us sound like a disease, so thank you for that. To see this crap, basically. can be quite damaging to somebody who's so vulnerable and still kind of figuring themselves out, and they're going through puberty and they're, you know, still working out the world and where they fit into it. I kind of internalised a lot of that kind of stuff. So I was saying things to myself in my head, like, I think I'm bisexual, but what if I'm just pretending? What if I am just secretly gay and I just don't want to admit it? What if I am just being this, you know, kind of promiscuous person where I just want more than I can have or whatever? You just kind of feel like fractured. You don't really know like who you are anymore.
Having a bit of trouble finding the hotel. I've come to Manchester Pride for the first time to celebrate.
Can we go inside?
Yeah. Thank you. James Barr is a radio DJ and TV presenter, but even though he's really confident, he thinks he messed up his coming out.
I feel really bad about it because I kind of copped out of it and got my sister to do it. My mum said, oh, I feel like I lost the son I was meant to have, but got a new one.
Yeah.
It was different with my dad. My dad wasn't as good. We went in the car and he was like, I'm really annoyed you've told everybody except your own dad that you're gay. It's like such a big thing for people. So I do understand completely like how hard it is.
Yeah.
This is GAY bar. Obviously, that's really, you know, well known.
I've never actually been to a gay bar, to be honest.
You've never been to a gay bar?
No.
Oh my God, you're in for such a treat.
I'm looking forward to talking face to face with bi activist Lewis about being bisexual.
It doubles your chances on a Friday night. Like, I've heard this one so much more, like, oh, people think because you're bisexual, you're really slutty. You must get so much more action. Like, that kind of thing. It's like, no, just because I like both doesn't mean I like everyone. This is ridiculous. Of course not.
Yeah, I've had a few of my friends have said that. It's like, yeah, you've got like twice as many people you can date. I'm like, no, if you think about it, I can only date someone who accepts bisexual people. Try and find the fraction of people that is.
Yeah, exactly.
Meeting Lewis was really helpful and useful to me, actually. That's because a lot of the things I could identify with. It was good that we talked about some of the issues that we think bisexual people face. I still feel in the dark about how to actually tell Mum and Dad about my bisexuality.
I've looked online at other people's like coming out experiences and stuff. And one thing they don't necessarily go into a lot of detail is like the actual practicality, like what do you literally say to someone? What do you say? What do you do? How do you just like present it and frame it?
They'll probably respect you more for being yourself than trying to be this person that you're not, because...
I've joined the university's LGBT society, and I'm going to get some advice from its members about coming out.
I made sure when I came out to my parents, I was not framing it as like a confession. I wasn't framing it as an apology. I was framing it as an invitation, really, to be part of my life. This is who I am. I'm going to live my big gay life, doing lots of big gay things, and I won't do any big gay things with you, so it doesn't really matter to you, but...
Yeah, I would just make sure that you're comfortable with it and that it's a conversation that just feels natural and not forced.
I feel like I've got the practical advice I was missing. I don't need to be ashamed to say who I am. And how I word it is going to be so important. I need to get it right.
It's nice to know that once I have come out in whatever way I choose and decide, that there is going to be this network here which can support me if I need it, and I can go to and have some pretty fun times with.
Thank you. I've decided that this weekend is the time I'm going to come out to my mum and tell her that I'm bisexual. We have a very close relationship. It's more like brother-sister type relationship rather than like mother and son. We're always quite open, quite honest with each other. My mum and dad were never really like married or anything, split up when I was quite young. Me and Mum don't keep secrets from each other. This is the only one. I hope she isn't going to be upset that I haven't told her before now.
A video that I've watched over and over to try and prepare myself is the one made by vlogger Riyadh.
I could remember my brain screaming at me saying, say those 2 words, I'm gay. Just say it. And my mouth wouldn't do it. Just wouldn't fucking make the words. And I pull over one of my school books and I rip out the back page of it and I have a pen and I write on it, I'm gay. And so I just, because I can't say the words, I just slide it across the table to you. And then I just leave it there and I'm like looking away. And then what?
So confused. This is confusing, yeah.
Yeah.
Because somebody just hits you, bang. I actually got up that night and I was looking for a tablet to commit suicide.
Dad. Dad.
I'm really hoping my dad will be okay when I tell him I'm gay.
That was something I was wanting to ask you about, like...
Riyadh has agreed to talk to me on Skype.
Your coming out video is the one that I've watched the most, because it just seems so relevant with me. And you also said about feeling paralysed, like you couldn't actually say the words, I'm gay.
I think it's completely normal what you're feeling. It's about the fear of potentially losing or upsetting someone that you love so deeply, and there really isn't anyone that you love deeper than the people that put you on this earth.
Yeah.
It's almost like ripping off a plaster, you know. It's going to be really hard to actually say those words and to see their faces as you say it, but from that point on, your entire life is going to change for one way or another.
Yeah.
So you're already in a very lucky situation that, you know, you come from a loving home. In the worst case scenario, where potentially they won't get it, you've still been able to understand what you are yourself and accept yourself.
Yeah.
You've done the hardest coming out, which is coming out to you.
I feel so confident in myself now, and I just want to share that, like, I'm fed up with lying about being gay. Like, I'm not constantly having to hide things from my parents.
If their initial reaction is not ideal, let's say, if they show a bit of anger, if they try and ask you, are you sure? Surely you can't be this way. I mean, they could say anything. They could do the opposite and just embrace you and say, we know, this is great, fantastic, well done. But whatever they say, just let them release and let them get that off their chest. There's no human on this planet who can take a piece of information like that and just be like, oh, great, okay, do you want some tea? They'll think about it, they'll realise that you still are the same beautiful son that you've always been. And then eventually, you know, hopefully they'll turn into what my parents turned into, which are 2 absolutely incredibly supportive, loving, caring and understanding humans that want to be part of the journey.
Yeah.
All right, Ross, I'll chat to you soon. Good luck, okay?
Thank you.
You're gonna do great.
Bye.
Getting to talk to Riyadh yesterday was a big thing for me, because to get direct advice from him really gave me a confidence boost, because like he taught me that someone's reaction isn't necessarily the reaction that they're going to have in a year. So that sort of puts me at ease if my parents don't react the way I want them to. But I've still got to go through the actual coming out, and I'm going to do it tomorrow. What's going to happen, I really don't know.
Mum thinks I'm back from uni for the weekend to do some early Christmas shopping with her. Tonight, this evening, I'm planning to tell her and come out and tell her that I'm bisexual. I was kind of joking about it a little bit today, actually. Like,
I said, oh, by the way, I've got a girlfriend at university, and I was like, nah, I'm only joking, I've actually got a boyfriend, and then I said, nah, I'm only joking. I'm feeling a little bit more nervous now, I think. Before I was pretty calm and quite relaxed, and now I'm getting a bit anxious. Let's go do this thing. Right, okay, cool. Right, that is recording, and let me just check. Yeah, we don't do all this and be fluffing. Right, cool. We touched on this yesterday, like in a jokey way, but you know how I said, like, oh, I have a girlfriend. No, I don't, I'm only kidding, I've actually got a boyfriend, and then I was joking and stuff. Would it bother you if I did have a boyfriend or anything like that? Would it bother you?
No, we said that yesterday. At the end of the day, if you had a girlfriend, fair enough. If you had a boyfriend, fair enough. You're still you, and I won't love you any less.
So, what would you think or feel if I told you that I'm bisexual? What would you say?
It wouldn't bother me. Like I said, you're still Owen. To me, I'll still love you no matter what.
Okay, well I am, so this is me telling you.
As long as you're happy in what you want to do, you're happy, careful, doesn't change anything about the way I feel about you at all.
Did you suspect anything?
You know, I've always probably thought you were a little bit gay.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, people have said that. Yeah, just like being at uni and stuff, and just being around other people just helped to reconfirm what I kind of already knew.
You don't have to go back in the closet no more.
Oh, no, it's fine. Oh, don't. I'm not going to start acting any different or anything. I'm still going to just be the same person. So hello, let's have a little hug. Just, look, we did it. Yay! The quickest fucking end this.
Is that conversation over, is it? No
Yeah.
more questions to ask? No. Bye.
Bye. We're done.
I think I've been starting to get a bit more emotional throughout the day because I've just got texts from some of my friends who know that I'm going to be coming out, just saying stuff like good luck and like that they're thinking of me. And that's making me start to feel like I'm going to cry. It's just nice to know that my friends are there and that there's like this support that I've got for coming out. I didn't think I was going to cry because like I'm comfortable with who I am. And it's just, I think I'm upset because I don't see the point in coming out. I don't know why people should have to do it. Like, my brother doesn't have to come out as straight, so why should I have to come out as gay?
The cameras are all set up. I've asked Mum and Dad to come and sit in the living room. There's no going back now.
No, you sit there.
What's going on?
Put the bloody down. So, do you two think that you know me pretty well?
Yeah?
Like, you know my favourite colour?
No?
Purple.
Yeah. You're going to say orange. So, do you know that I'm gay?
No?
No.
But you do now?
Yeah?
Have you never had any suspicions?
No?
Are you sure?
Yeah?
What about you?
Maybe.
So, what's your reaction to it? Are you fine?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, well, last December, when we were at Windermere, we were watching First Dates and there was two men on it, and in that interview at the end, they kissed, and you and Graham looked at each other and just pulled a face. So why was that?
Well, it's a case of don't mind people doing it, but it's something that doesn't look right when two men are kissing, from my perspective.
So if it was a man and a woman, it would have been alright?
Yes.
Or is it to do with the
It was a man and a woman.
public thing?
No, a man and a woman would have been fine.
So can you see how that affects me? You saying that?
It's just an opinion. I don't mind it, but I don't want it in my face.
Right. And are you alright with it?
Yeah.
So everything's fine?
Mm-hmm.
It's a choice. It's a life choice. That's all it is.
I know what you're trying to say, but the word choice is a bit weird.
Why?
Because it's not a choice. So I haven't decided, I want to be gay.
Mm.
Because obviously who would choose to be gay when the Orlando shootings? Like, why would I choose to be a sexuality that might get me killed?
Mm-hmm.
So you understand that.
So what makes you think you're gay?
Well, are you attracted to men?
Yeah.
And so am I. It's just, like, I've had people ask me that before. Like, say, why are you gay? Or, like, how do you know? And I'm like, how do you know you're straight? It's just the same thing as that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the world's changed. You know, it's sort of like it's more out there now, so it's
more accepted, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's not like back in the 60s or the 70s where it's all underground and it was something to be almost be ashamed of.
Well, it was illegal.
Yeah, yeah. But nowadays, you know, there's more and more people, it's more open, so I think it's easier for people like your mum and me to accept.
Doesn't make me feel any different about it.
No.
Well, it shouldn't do it.
No.
That's why it's like weird when you see other people that come out and then the parents don't accept it, you just think, why?
I still feel a bit rocky because it's just like I came out yesterday, so it's still quite fresh in my mind and I'm still thinking about everything. I don't feel comfortable around them yet. Like my mum came into my room this morning and I just sort of wanted her to get out and I don't know why. I think I'm going to take time to get used to them and the fact that they know and they're going to take time to get used to me. But I feel happier now. I think my dad took it better which is surprising because I wasn't expecting him to be the one that takes it the best. But he is quite an understanding person. I'm also glad that I did do it on camera. I think I'd have regretted it if I didn't because I can look back on it as well as other people watching it as well. I'm going to university now. I'm moving there quite soon. So I think the next step for me is to live away from my parents how I want to, then hopefully translate that when I'm back at home so I can act how I want to in both places that I live. I've grown up with 18 years of this. I think I'm ready to say goodbye to it for a while.
That will probably be a more fun, yeah. See, look, that just makes it more fun. Who's gonna go first? Back at uni, me and my mates are having some end-of-term drinks.
What is going on?
Running a straight line to where?
Oh, I came out to my mum and my grandparents, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, well.
No, nice one, mate. Thanks. Foz kind of noticed a difference. I told him like what I'd done and stuff, and he seemed to think I was more confident as well and just more happy. You choose. Oh. To my right, there was Katie.
Are you just friends?
Well, it's only been like a very recent thing, but we're slightly more than friends. We're kind of just seeing how things go at the moment. Like when we were still kind of just friends, she knew I was bisexual and stuff, and it didn't seem to faze her at all. So that was really cool. I think I'm just far more willing now to just try dating and try going out with people and stuff and seeing how things go. So.
Was it worth 2 shots?
No, it wasn't worth 2 shots. I don't know why I did it.
The rules have to be revised.
Oh, kill me now. I'm so happy it went well with Mum, but I'm worried about telling Dad. I've got no idea how he's going to react. I don't really know how I'll tell Dad, actually. I haven't really figured that out. He's quite Jack the lad, quite masculine and just typical kind of guy, I guess. He's a carpenter. I feel like my dad would be more reserved about it. And he might perhaps initially question, okay, why don't you just go for girls then? But it's not really like that. It's like I don't really have a choice who I like and who I fall in love with and who I'm attracted to. I don't really have a choice as much as like you didn't have a choice about who you fell in love with and who you married, so. I've been at home for 3 weeks, but I've not managed to bring myself to tell Dad yet. It's been really playing on my mind. He's dropping me off, and I'm going to do it now, or I never will. So, we've just got back to uni after Christmas, and Dad's helped bring all my stuff in. It's been very helpful. Thank you very much.
I reckon I'd move in here myself. Firstly, just to get away from my brothers.
True. One of the things I'm going to talk about or touch on is relationships. You said the other day that you were worried about me. Why was that?
Because you now have a girlfriend. I don't want the emotion to get in the way of your education.
Before I was with the person I'm with now, I was seeing somebody else. Does that shock you that you didn't know about it?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it was, yeah.
Okay. I don't know how to say this to you, but okay. The person I was with before my girlfriend was a guy. Does that shock you?
No.
No?
No.
Because I'm into guys and girls.
Okay.
I'm into both, if that makes sense. Is that okay with you?
That's fine.
How do you feel about that?
Fine. Right, you hit me with a
Sorry to shock you like that.
But can I just say, I've travelled the world. I'm very, very open-minded. You've got to be happy in who you are. No one else. You've got to be happy who you are. So as long as, if it makes you happy, it makes you happy. Fine. It don't matter to me one bit.
Cool.
Not one bit. In fact, I am as cool as a cucumber.
Fair enough. I'm just gonna end that now.
You're cool.
So I've just come out to my dad and it went really, really well. Like leading up to it, I was so close to not even doing it. I didn't really want to. All through like the car journey back, I was quite nervous and I was just thinking, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it, and just today's not the day. But then I had the camera with me in my room. I just thought, just do it, and I did, and it was all fine, absolutely fine. He took it really well. I don't know what I was so worried about. So yeah, I feel really happy about it now, and I'm officially an out bisexual man to both my mum and my dad, and my friends all know now, my uni friends know. So yeah, someone get me a t-shirt. I'm proud and all that rubbish.
So do you want a quick room tour? Okay, let's go. Welcome to the bathroom. Oh, look at this. Oh, it just curves around nice and smooth. Oh, I love it. And that's where the magic happens.
So we're gonna go big cheesy smile and pout and squish everything in.
It feels really natural being here. Back at home, I sort of felt small. And then you come here and it feels like, I don't know, like I've got these tentacles coming off me and I'm just free. Big gay octopus. It feels weird because I'm still getting used to knowing that my parents know and everything. So I still have moments where I think, oh God, everybody knows. But yeah, it feels nice to know that I'm being open. I know that definitely my grandma and grandpa know. And my uncle, he rang me to say that like he's proud of me for coming out and everything, that I can be myself now. I've never got my ear pierced back at home, Because in my mind, even though loads of boys have got their ears pierced, I always thought if I got mine done, people would be thinking it like, oh, that's a girl's thing to do, why's Ross got that done? So that's why I've waited till I've come to university to get like any piercings or tattoos or anything.
Got your wallet, stuff like that.
I'm on my way home from uni, and I'm planning to talk to Mum and Dad about the future.
Do you miss him? Oh yeah, yeah, because you're quite good company really, aren't you?
You just said I didn't come and see you. Said I only came down to watch the dishes.
You like to come down and sit next to me, don't you, of an evening and have a cuddle, don't you? You do.
Not over worried about him down there, really.
Seems to have settled in, don't you?
I was wanting to come out before I went so that like everything was comfortable down there and up here.
Yeah. So it's been a big sort of few months for you, hasn't it, Ross? In terms of...
Yeah, with like life things going on, like university, but then coming out before university. But like, you's made that easier, like with the reaction that you gave. So like, I'm thankful for the way that you's like handled it.
For us, I think it was right, okay. He said it, it's final, we know now. And then, right, let's get you packed up and move out. And it was like almost like a bereavement, I think, wasn't it? You know?
Yeah, but on the other hand, it's nice to know that you can say it to us. Yeah. Well, we love you and Jamie, and that's it. We support you.
Yeah.
Support her in what you do.
Thinking back, you possibly think, as a parent, perhaps we should have made it slightly easier for you when we had these suspicions to probably just come out and ask you.
Yeah.
To make it easier for you.
But I suppose at the time, because I was unsure,
Yeah.
like, I'd have probably just said no.
Yeah.
So for me, there's still hurdles, like it hasn't finished now, because obviously what we were talking about when I came out, when you said it's just your opinion that you don't like the sight of two men or something, like, to me that sort of brings alarm bells of like, oh, what if I get into a relationship now? Like, I mean, are you going to feel uncomfortable if I bring someone back?
If you brought a boyfriend home, yeah, we'd still feel a little bit uncomfortable at first, because we've never experienced that before.
Yeah.
You know, but we wouldn't be against it or anything like that. It's something that we've got to get used to. But because it's you, we'll support you.
Yeah.
I've always been from a male-dominated background with sport and stuff like that. But you growing up on the arts side and the musicals and things like that, I think you've had a major impact personally on my life because you've broadened my horizons, helped me develop as a person.
Families, like years ago, you'd have thought, oh, if my son's gay, I won't get grandchildren. Some people might have thought that, but in this day and age, it's like, it makes no difference because there's plenty of options.
No, yeah, that's right.
There is, yeah. And that is a big thing.
Yeah.
Because, I'd like to have grandchildren because I do miss that. The small kids knocking about and running around having a bit of a laugh. But doesn't mean you can't. There's different ways now.
No, that's right.
You know?
Yeah.
Hopefully, you're proud of me for coming out and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
Being brave enough to do it for one thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But the making of this video makes us proud as well. Because, you know, you're putting yourself out there on a limb to help others. That makes us really proud because you're using a situation where you're really uncomfortable or we're uncomfortable, but you're willing to try and help others.
Yeah.
You know, that makes us really proud.
I can't bear the thought of him going through life and having something like that to hide and basically just living a lie. I'm so pleased that he's done it this early on in his life, so he can just get on with it now. I can't stand the thought of him getting, you know, into his late 20s, 30s, getting a girlfriend, getting married. Obviously, that would probably go wrong, wouldn't it? You know. And personally, I think further down the line, whoever Ross ends up with, you know, in a long-term relationship, they'll be very lucky to have him.
Total renovation. Really, everything. Ceiling came down 2 weeks ago. Replastered the whole walls, rendered it.
It's good, it's good.
You said you can't notice any changes in 3 weeks, but you can't look hard enough, because look at the...
Oh, that's only because I hadn't really been in here last time I was here, was I? But that bit's all different.
Well, that firework, that stonework I only done last week. To say I haven't thought about it is an understatement, because I really, really have. Is there anything I've done to make him that way? No. He is who he is. That's fine. How would other people react to me? Now I thought, hang on, he's happy. What's it to do with them? You know, fine. You know, if I ever have a negative thought, as long as you're happy, that cancels out everything else.
When you build something up for a long time in your head, you can get a bit anxious and worried about it, but yeah, it was all fine. And then afterwards, you reacted like so cool about it, and so I was just really happy and just glad that I'd finally done it.
Weight off your mind.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is there people you don't understand, do you think?
Because I'm bisexual and I like men and women, there's this idea that we're very promiscuous or just like secretly gay or something.
I do not understand that. I was worried about your loneliness, how long you'd bottled it up. That was a big worry. My current wife, she is my rock. It don't matter to me if it's a bloke or a woman who's going to one day be your rock. You'll know it when it is.
Are you proud of it?
Definitely, without a doubt. To be this open and honest as well, very proud.
One of the things I'm proud of in my life is coming out to my parents and coming out to everyone, like my friends and everything, and just being this more confident person recently. And I'm really proud of that. I can say that I'm proud that I've done that. I think why I was so happy that I'd done it is because I'd been so nervous and so worried about it for so long. I'd been so insecure and I'd carried around all these negative feelings and emotions, and I'd finally overcome them and finally dealt with them and finally done this thing that I wanted to do for so long, and just be who I really am. You know, that old cliche, and I am really happy now that I've done it.
We're gonna absolutely gonna drag queens. But I think though, practicing makeup and stuff.
Yeah, I want to do makeup and that, but I don't actually want to do performances.
Yeah, because
do you get what I mean?
I was obviously started doing my eyebrows and stuff.
Yeah.
And I had glitter on the other day, but yeah. Right, which bar are we going into now?
Bar Pop, I think.
I've never been there before.
I've been a few, there's always drag queens outside.
Yeah. Hi, yes we are.
That's what we like to hear. Free entry, £1 vodka mixers.
Spot on, thank you.
I've known that I've been gay for ages, but now that I've come out, I feel as though I've really sort of blossomed into my own human being, if that makes sense. Because I'm being true to myself and I'm being honest to the rest of the world of who I am.
Oh, dead proud of you.